Advanced Video Production Media Team. Thank you for watching and enjoy the event.
The fifth game of the Reed Spring Wolves schedule. We're coming off of a 2-game win streak against the upset against Bolivar and the most recent win against Logan Rogersville. Right now we have the captains teams meeting. We have a few players that'll be out this game. Keenan Haynes is still out with his leg injury. He's been out for most of the season. Some new injuries are Austin Bradfield will be out with a shoulder injury. And we have a few more straggling players out, but our team has been able to manage it and stay healthy for the most part.
I talked to several of the players and they all seem confident about this game against Central.
The Wolves came off of a few suspensions last game for unspecified reasons, but most of our starters are back. We have one player out, Colin Cross, a big key to the defense. Great lineman. He'll be out this game for a personal foul last game that got him suspended this game. It's unfortunate, but the Wolves think they're going to make do against the Springfield Central Bulldogs.
I definitely think Reed Spring will be able to control the fact that he's out of the game.
Team's been preparing for this game for a while now. Pretty ready to face the Bulldogs. As you can see, game time is about to start. Players shaking their hands now. And we are getting ready for kickoff. The Wolves definitely coming off of a good season last year, still being able to manage their level of play. Still great players. Our seniors have made sure to step it up and keep the same level of tempo with the team, push the team, lead the team. So we're really good. We're really proud of that. Looks like our teams are getting ready to head onto the field. Bulldogs just came out of the locker room on the sideline.
Reed Spring's sideline is hyped up right now, ready to go.
Ready for this game. Last year, the Reed Spring Wolves defeated the Central Bulldogs at Wolves Stadium, Carl Langley Field. Looks like the Springfield Central Bulldogs are getting onto the field.
Central will be returning the kick this game to start us off.
We have Joel Gertzen ready to kick off to the Springfield Central Bulldogs. A lot of hype. We're ready to go. Who is that? Joel Gertzen ready to kick the ball off. The refs exiting the field, getting in play. Looks like Montre White is set back to return the kick from Joel Gertzen.
Joel Gertzen setting up the ball, ready to kick it off.
Here are the Wolves fans cheering. There's the whistle. And we have kickoff.
Ball's kicked up. Montre Wright shakes off a couple tackles. There's a flag on the play.
Finally brought down around the 25-yard line.
We're going to see if this play will be brought back.
Just going to wait to see the ref's decision, their call.
If it was on the kicking team, then that will give Central a very good starting point to start off the half.
Good field position for Central. If the penalty is on the kicking team, we're waiting to see from the refs right now. Looks like there might be the refs might be a dispute between them.
They are moving back the offense, Central.
Central will be on the 23rd yard line, or the 13-yard line, my bad, excuse me. That is good for the Reed Spring Wolves. Looks like there were 2 flags on the play. It's 1st and 10 on the 12.
Very bad starting position for Central. Reed Spring. Danny Adams seems to be back in shotgun formation. Ball snap. The pass completed to number 9, Robert Galvin. Galvin with a big gain to about the 38-yard line.
Shook off a tackle or 2 there. Made a good gain. Definitely enough for the first down.
Very impressive pass right there by number 6, Danny Adams.
Moving the chains for the first down. Looks like they're on just past the 30-yard line.
Adams back in shotgun once again. We're going to see if they're going to go back with another pass.
High snap. Look, he will be sacked for the loss. A pack of Wolves on the sack.
Jacob Rance was the first one to get onto the quarterback right there.
Play action to one of the offensive backs.
It will now be 2nd and long right here for Central.
Roughly the 28-yard line.
Adams back in shotgun again. Snapped. Handoff to number 26. Montre White with a decent gain right there.
Brought down by Asa Baker, number 74.
Reed Spring seems to already be very hyped, ready to go. Their defense seems to be very good except for the one pass right there, but it was a good pass.
Number 9 of the Springfield Central Bulldogs coming off the field limping. They just sent a new player out on the field. Third and long.
In shotgun formation again.
Central Bulldogs talking with the coach. 3 seconds.
A very bad snap. Adams rushing out of the pocket.
Ooh, almost picked off by Reed Spring Wolves. Kelly Newton definitely got some hands on the ball, but fumbled around.
That was a very bad pass right there by 26.
A lot of pressure put on the quarterback. Didn't help with the good snap.
Looks like Central will be going for it on 4th down. Ooh. Oh. Oh, they will be punting it. Kick is high up. And it is out of bounds. Reed Spring will start out with very good field position right here on about the 50-yard line.
Austin Stogard, the man receiving the snap today, ready to lead the offense. He had a pretty good game against Bolivar. Definitely helped the team out.
Austin Stogard always impressed me with his rushing skills as a quarterback. It makes him very versatile and makes him not just a passing guy to stay in the pocket.
Definitely some improvement compared to how he started out the season. Not much of a pass threat, but he's definitely gained that.
Defense shifting to the offense movements. A rush shakes off a couple of tackles right there by Ben Helms right there with a rush. About a 4-yard pickup, I would say, 5-yard pickup. It is now 2nd and 5. Stogard commanding in the backfield, ready to take the snap. A good pickup right there by Ben Helms once again. Ben Helms showing off his rushing skills.
Ben has definitely been able to pick it up and take the role of Keenan Haynes, who's been out. Keenan Haynes was a great player for the Wolves, but since he's been hurt, Ben Helms has definitely been able to take up and take his role. He stumbled on that play, but still managed to get a good gain.
Stargard ready to take the snap once again. 1st and 10 right here. Handoff once again to Helms. Helms with a decent pickup right there of about 4 yards, 3 yards.
Wolves definitely moving down the field well.
Offensive line showing some very good improvements over the season. Opening up holes for the halfbacks, which is probably one of the biggest things that the Wolves need this game. Stargard takes snap. Stargard pitches to Corey. Corey shakes off tackle, is pushed out of bounds. It will be a 1st down for the Wolves.
Great play by the Wolves. Austin got the pressure, made a nice pitch to Corey, and Corey was able to run the ball.
It will actually be 3rd and inches right here for the Wolves. Should be a very easy 1st down pickup for the Wolves right here.
The running game has proved to be good. Like Colin said, offensive line opening up the holes and our running backs hitting the holes hard.
Good job by Austin Stargard. Austin Stargard right there with the pitch to Corey. The rush outside by Austin Stargard. Stargard from 10, and it is a touchdown. Austin Stargard with a touchdown. The Wolves will be the first ones to score right there. A very good gain right there, as it was a 24-yard rush right there by Austin Stargard, showing his speed by running on the outside.
Like we said earlier, Austin is a great rushing game, definitely a versatile quarterback, able to really put pressure on the defense. Joel Gertzen back to kick the point after attempt.
Joel Gertzen has been very good on his kicks this season for extra points. I believe he's only missed 1 this season, which is very good. Joel Gertzen kicks it. And it is good. The Wolves will now lead 7-0 Central. We have 8.5 minutes left of the 1st quarter.
Great start for the Reed Spring Wolves. Defense definitely great work stopping the Bulldogs so that we could score first.
Great rush right there by Austin Stargard once again. Montre White back once again to receive the kickoff.
Again, Joel Gertzen kicking it off for the Wolves. He will be the kicker you see out there for most of the night unless something happens. Proved to be a good, successful kicker for the Wolves. Definitely been able to play that role in the team very well. He does play some wide receiver too, so you'll see him out there for that too.
He's a very good utility player for the Wolves. Joel Gertzen setting up the ball. He will step back, ready to kick it off.
Again, we have Montre White back to receive the kick.
Joel Gertzen ready to kick off the ball. Ball's kicked off. A very nice kick right there to Montre White. White looking to try to get a good gain right here. Not being able to find anything. Another flag is thrown right here. The Wolves were all over that play right there.
Again, off the kickoff, we will be seeing what the flag is, who it is on. Same situation as last drive. If that flag is on the Bulldogs, that will be poor field position for them. Great for our defense to be able to stop them so that we can score once again.
The Bulldogs seem to be very undisciplined when it comes to receiving the kickoffs. They will be on the 10-yard line, which is terrible fielding position for them.
As long as the Wolves defense can put pressure, it'll be very hard for the Bulldogs to get out of that field position.
Danny Adams once again in shotgun formation. Montre White at halfback. You have 4 wide receivers lined up. Ball snap. Adams pass to...
Brought down by Kelly Newton, number 20 for the Reed Spring Wolves. Waiting to see if that was good enough for a first down.
I believe it is because it is past the 20-yard line barely.
Looks like there was a flag on the play.
Seems to be a
Illegal shift on the Springfield Central Bulldogs.
They will be brought back to the 5-yard line, which is going to be very tough for the Bulldogs to get out of. It is now 1st and 15 because that play is being brought back because of the flag on the play.
Central is definitely a passing team. They've showed the pass threat, and they haven't done too bad with it. That little screen pass there got him a first down, but they had the illegal shift.
Danny Adams once again in shotgun formation. Hopefully the Wolves can get back there and sack him for a safety. A deep pass right there thrown. He finds his man. Robert Galvin, a very good threat right here for the Bulldogs in the first quarter. Been picked up twice for 2 big gains. That was a very big gain right there.
Great pass by the quarterback on that play.
Looks like to be about a 35-yard gain right there by Robert Galvin. Very nice pass right there by Danny Adams. Danny Adams. He's going to run it. Danny Adams runs it to the outside.
Brought down by Logan Plum, number 4 for the Reed Spring Wolves.
Nice job. The Bulldogs have been unable to find their holes when it comes to their running game, which is the Wolves I've found to be this season very good at stopping their runs. Just the passing, they've been struggling, it seems like, this season. Hopefully they can stop it right here because it seems like the Bulldogs have been very good at it.
I know many of the players watching film on those Central Bulldogs have known that they're a good passing team.
Oh, a terrible snap right here. Adams is back. He's about to be sacked. He's sacked by number 52, Ben Mueller.
Ben Mueller, a sophomore, first year starting for the Wolves, made the sack on the play. That play resulted on a terrible snap by the center.
It will now be 3rd and long.
Looks like it's 3rd and long. Danny Adams able to recover the snap, but couldn't really do anything with it. It looked like he looked to pass, but wasn't able to make anything out of it.
Offsides, it looks like, on number 74, Asa. The ball will be moved up 5 yards right here. The ball will be on the 21, and they have 18 yards to go right here to get the first down.
Still 3rd and long.
The Wolves are probably looking for a deep pass right here once again. And if they do pass it, Adams is probably going to look for his man, Robert Galvin, who's been definitely showing his hands this quarter.
A big senior for the Central Bulldogs.
Adams drops back, scrambles out of the pocket, throws it on the run. The ball is tipped by the Wolves. Great pass coverage right there by the Wolves.
Logan Plum with the tip on the play. Was able to tip it up in the air, maybe see if a defensive back behind him could get it. No luck, though. Pass was incomplete, intended for what looked like number 9, Robert Galvin.
Galvin seems to be Adams' early man right here, just who Adams wants to go to about every play.
Although he may be good, they can't just keep passing it to him. It's not going to work out. We're going to be able to cover him. They're going to have to figure something out. The run game for them has not seemed to be working very well. Our defensive line, even though missing key player Colin Cross, one of our best linemen, is being stopped by the Wolves' defensive line.
Ben Mueller is filling in for Colin Cross this game, and it seems to be that Ben Mueller did do very good right there on that play right there on that drive by the Bulldogs.
He's been able to step up, take the role of defensive line.
Number 20, Kelly Newton, back to receive the punt. Adams punts it, almost blocked by the Wolves. Newton's under it. Newton gets around the defense. Newton gets a decent pickup right there. A flag is thrown on the play. Several flags thrown.
Here's some yelling from the Bulldogs sideline. Not sure exactly what happened there.
I believe this one is on the Wolves right here. We will see what happens on the...
See the ref's final decision coming up. 6 minutes left in the first quarter.
The Wolves actually got very close to blocking that. Did you see that?
Yeah, Asa Baker was able to come in, almost block the punt, almost got a hand up on it. Not quite, but good pressure to put on a punter. I know that as a punter, you do not want that pressure put on you. It's harder to make the play go well.
Well, and the snapper for the Bulldogs has been kind of having a rough game so far. There have been several bad snaps, as we saw in that sack earlier. And right there, the punter getting a terrible snap to him. Was about a little bit above his head, making him have to have a little bit more time before he punted the ball.
The refs are talking about the flags on the play right now. They seem to be taking a while this game. Not really sure what's going on with them. Probably need to step it up.
Might need their morning coffee.
There were flags on the play around a Bulldogs player that was hit by, obviously, a Wolves player on the ground. Not sure if it was a personal foul or something like that, but we will see coming up soon.
The player on the ground was Danny Adams, which is their quarterback and their punter. So I wondered what happened. It was not roughing the kicker, though, but I wonder what it will be.
It looks like... Not sure. You cannot hear the ref's official decision. We don't really have the best view of him right now.
The Wolves, though, are being pushed back.
I believe it was an illegal block in the back. Not sure who it was by. The Wolves with not really the best field position. Waiting to get the play started.
Hopefully Reed Spring can add another 7 onto the board so they can have a very good lead right here.
1st and 10 on the 27-yard line.
Wolves, we're going to see if they can keep showing off their running game, or will Central be able to stop it.
Looks like we have Blake Gromvold behind center.
Blake is a sophomore. I can't see it. A big rush right there by Ben Helms right there, running it again. Ben Helms, I mean...
You can see he's a key runner for the Wolves. 2nd and 2, ball on the 35-yard line. Nice pickup of 8 yards. Looking good, Ben Helms.
Well, what surprised me is usually their big man for the running game is Corey Robinette. A pass right there. Ooh. A good pass right there to Corey Robinette. Just the ball was just a little bit too high for Corey Robinette to handle.
It has been a pretty rainy night, although it's not nearly as bad as it was. Hands are slippery, definitely when they were warming up. You can tell the balls might be a little slick too. 3rd and 2 on the 35, once again passing complete.
It is 3rd down, 2 to go right here for the Wolves. Handoff, once again, a huge gain right here for Ben Helms. Once again, Ben Helms definitely been showing off his run game right here. Been showing off his strength by carrying defenders on his back and picking up several yards after he's been hit.
He's been great at hitting the holes hard, but you got to give props to the offensive line for opening up those holes so that he can get through.
Oh, most definitely. Blake Gromvold, once again, receives a snap. Runs off to outside, pitches it.
Pitched off to Corey Robinette, tackled by what looked like originally one Bulldog, but then a pack of Bulldogs came and brought him down.
It seems to be the Bulldogs coaches are yelling at the referees about a legal block in the back. I did not see anything like that. I don't know where they're getting that idea.
Nor did I. We got 2nd and 1 on the 49-yard line. That was a great pickup of 9 yards. Whistle from the referee. Not exactly sure what's happening. Here, Asa Baker calling out 2 linebackers set up for the Bulldogs.
Gronvold receives the snap once again. Gronvold has the ball, and he pitches it off to Kelly Newton. Kelly Newton with a big gain right there.
Originally, I thought Blake was getting sacked. I didn't think he got the pitch off in time, but he did. Kelly Newton probably hasn't got the ball as much as he wanted to. I think he's been doing great when he does get the ball. Probably should get more opportunities, in my opinion. He's coming off the field now with Brennan Durham and Corey Robinette going back onto the field.
Blake showing off his awareness right there. That was an 8-yard pickup by the way. The ball will now be on the 41 right here. Gronvold once again at quarterback. Fake handoff,
Back to pass,
play action.
JP Gardner.
Gardner.
My bad, that was Ransom Alphen.
Terrible pass coverage right there. I mean, that was a very hard ball to catch, but it was nicely placed right there by Blake, throwing it right over the defender's head, just right into Alphen's arms, but it's a very hard ball to catch right there.
Just let him a little too much. Me and Colin could hear some of the Bulldog players getting into a little dispute about whose man that was. Obviously a little mix-up on coverage.
Yeah, Robert Galvin definitely yelling at his cornerback right there. Seems to be a handoff right here. Shrugs off a couple of tackles. A big gain right there.
Everyone thinking Blake Gronvold still had the ball and he was brought down. It looked like Ben Helms was able to advance on the play and make a good gain. It looks like we are 1st and 10, ball on the 30-yard line.
Ben Helms has been picking up a ton of yards this game, which is very surprising because I'm used to seeing Corey Robinette being the main guy for the running.
What it seems like to me, Colin, is that when they go up the middle and shove it up the middle, Ben Helms gets the ball, but when they pitch or go to the outside, Corey's the man.
Because Corey's so fast, and boom, right here, it's Corey. Corey's running to the outside. Corey's got it, and it's a touchdown.
Seth Stamps with the block. Might have been holding on Seth, it looked like. I'm not really sure. Flag on the play right where that block was, but that was definitely a key block for Corey to score. We'll see if that's coming back or not.
Ooh. That was a great run right there by Corey. Corey's showing off the speed. Corey just ceases to amaze me with his speed.
When he gets to the outside, he can definitely, quote-unquote, turn on the jets.
Jetman right there, number 6.
And like we said, when they want to go up the middle, you see Ben Helms just putting his head down and running, doing a great job. I'm really curious as to see why Blake Gronvold is starting. It's great that he is. I'm wondering if Austin Stoggard happens to be hurt or what the issue is, but here we go. We have Blake set back to receive the snap.
Blake's definitely showing off his skills at quarterback, commanding the offense. Ready to go right here. A perfect pitch right at the last second. Oh, the ball slips out, but he keeps going. He recovers. He gets brought down right at the 9 or 8 yard line right there.
Ransom Alphen dropped the ball on the reverse, but then seemed to pick it up off the bounce and make that run. Very lucky for the Wolves.
I would say he's lucky because it's turf, and the turf made the ball bounce just straight up.
Yeah, especially with the rain, that would have definitely been muddy grass. We're really lucky there was turf. That helped the Wolves a ton.
There have been several plays, though, where Blake is getting sacked, and he just pitches the ball up. Right,
yeah, which is great composure by Blake. You know, with all that pressure, he's able to make the play. Great by Blake.
Blake, we'll see what he does. Oh, it's a draw right here. Blake will pick up about 1 or 2 yards right there.
Faked the handoff to Ben Helms. It looked like it got the defense. He was able to fake the handoff, got a few defenders to go for Ben, and then gain a few yards.
Joel Gertzen seems to be running out onto the field.
Great job by Blake Gronvold. He's commanding the offense very well. Definitely stepping up and being a leader. Here we are on the 10-yard line.
Blake ready to receive the snap. Another handoff right there to Ben Helms. They will be on the 12-yard line right here. Blake actually got some quarterback time last game at Logan Rogersville in the fourth quarter, late fourth quarter. He did show off his skills a little bit right there.
Looks like we have 3rd and 7 on the 7-yard line. Doesn't really add up, but some yelling from the Wolves coaches. Dropped snap, fumble, It looks like the Bulldogs recovered it. They did. It is going. Central recovered it. Poor snap by the Wolves. You cannot have that happen. Definitely not in the red zone.
Well, was it the snap or was it the quarterback? I'm not trying to blame it on anything, but
I understand. It looked to me just like a, almost like a miscommunication with the hands.
That ball is slippery, though. The turf's wet, and the ball just keeps touching the turf. I mean, I can kind of see the ball a little bit wetness from here.
Wolves looking to stop Central. Definitely going to be ready for the pass.
Adams drops back. A deep pass right there. Throw. Ooh, tipped by Kelly Newton. Great pass coverage. It was a 2-to-1 right there. Don't really understand why Adams was going to his man. Galvin, once again, very bad pass decision right there, but the Wolves will definitely take it. The Bulldogs are used to having this kind of field possession.
Although it's been happening all game. Not really the best position they want to be in. What confuses me is that they keep going for these big gains, I guess because of time. We have 1 minute and 49 seconds in the first quarter left, but
they're only down by 7, so there's no point in worrying about time.
Personally, I think they should be going for smaller gains.
I can't see. Right there, the Wolves take them down for a loss, a 4-yard loss right there by the Wolves.
We have 3rd and 14 on the 3-yard line. If the Wolves can force a fumble, interception, anything, even a safety, that would be great for the Wolves. Definitely a lot of momentum going.
Let's see if the offensive line seems to be adjusting a lot. Central seems to be running most of their game out of, the QB runs out of the pocket. The ball is tipped right there by
J.P. Gardner right through the hands. Definitely a lot of pressure by what looked to be number 50, Cole Crutcher. Almost had the sack in the end zone. The Bulldogs got to be really careful with that. The smaller gains would get them away from the end zone, but they're dropping back in shotgun formation right in the end zone.
Well, yeah, but Danny Adams has been showing off his speed, and he's been able to get out of the pocket. But Cole Crutcher made him get out of the pocket, made him rush the throw, and made a bad throw, which is very good. And that's what the Wolves need right here.
We have 4th and 14 on the 3rd-yard line. Great for the Wolves, honestly. It looks like they're going to be punting it. Kelly Newton back to return, and number 9, their quarterback.
Number 6.
Number 6, my bad. Excuse me.
Now, the Wolves, if they block it right here and then pick it up, that will be a touchdown, but they will not block it. The kick is up. It seems to be the kicking team recovers the ball. Reed Spring will have the ball down at the
roughly around the 30, looks like actually 29, 30-yard line, somewhere right around there. Great field position for the Wolves. The Bulldogs just haven't been able to get out of their side of the field.
The funny thing is that the Wolves have barely even been on that side of the field on
their defending side.
Yeah, which is very good for the Wolves, showing off their defensive and offensive skills. Looks like Austin Stoggard's back at quarterback. I wonder what might have happened. Stoggard fakes the run, but he pitches it right here to Seth. That seems to be a horse collar.
No flags on the play. I'm actually really surprised about that. That, from my point of view, seemed clear, but I guess the refs didn't see it. Either way, great pitch by Austin, great run by Seth.
I would definitely call that a horse collar right there because Seth, when he ran, he was pulled back from the shoulder pad, which is very dangerous because it's bad to be forced one way while you're running the opposite direction, which is very bad.
Definitely why that penalty is a penalty in football. We have 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Reed Spring still up by 7-0 in the red zone now.
Stoggard takes snap. The pass.
Stamps with the amazing catch. Pass to the wrong side of his body, had to turn and catch that ball.
Fantastic job right there by Seth Stamps. No, he's a sophomore. He's been definitely showing off his skills early in the season. The Wolves will be on the 4-yard line right here.
First and goal. Let's see if they can convert this into a touchdown here.
Stoggard back once again at quarterback. Ball snap. Stoggard seems to take it off.
Doesn't quite get into the end zone.
They will be on about the 1 or 2 yard line right here.
Fake to Ben Helms. They've been using that fake really good. You know, Ben's a very good threat up the middle. And for them to see that he might potentially be getting the ball, they have to try to shut that down.
And why the fakes are working so well is because Central is so aggressive. Those fakes work so well. Because whenever you fake and the team's too aggressive.
End of the first quarter, commercial coming soon, but we'll be back, so just hang on tight. As you can see, the Wolves getting water. We'll have a commercial break coming in a few seconds. We'll be back. Stay tuned.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burnt.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger. I don't grill it.
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
I hope you guys enjoyed that commercial. It was a pretty one.
The Wolves will now be on the other side of the field right here because the quarter did change. It is now the second quarter.
This will be one of the few times they've been on that side of the field today because their defense has been so good, forcing them to punt every time except for once when they went for it. Or did they punt it all?
And this is the first time they've actually been on this side of the 20, which is actually very funny, but very good for the Wolves right here. We're going to see what Austin Stoggard can do.
They've been doing great. Stoggard back at quarterback.
Stoggard throws a quick pass right there. Uh-oh, it seems to be an interception right here by the Bulldogs. A big interception right there. A big play for the Bulldogs. Logan Plum brings him down, but that was very bad.
You know, Colin, you know what that reminded me of? Seattle Seahawks passing on the 1 yard line when they had Richard Sherman to run. You know, our Richard Sherman is Ben Helms.
Marshawn Lynch, actually, believe it or not.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Richard Sherman is actually a cornerback, but it's fine. Maybe was a running back every once in a while, but it's fine.
Excuse me.
That was a 10-yard interception right there. Oh, it seems Adams to be running it. Number 6, Danny Adams. I don't blame Austin Stoggard right there, though. He has so much pressure. It was a blitz on him. It was a play action, so he has basically no time. He has to throw a quick pass right there.
But we both agree he's fast. He could have got out of the pocket, probably thrown it away. That's the better decision. That's the better quarterback decision.
To me, I saw that they were surrounding him, so he had nowhere to go. I thought he did the right thing. Now, you don't throw the ball. He should have thrown it away.
Yeah, I agree he should have thrown it away. It just sucks to see the Wolves making that turnover, but on the bright side, look at the field position the Bulldogs have.
But there's always a saying that quarterbacks have, if you're going to throw it, a bad pass, make it to where the wide receiver gets it or nobody gets it at all.
Definitely agreed. You know, that can't happen. That you have to be able to convert that. And, you know, I would say first and goal is one of the harder.
Oh, most definitely, especially for passing. Maybe for running it's not. Well, even for running it's just very hard right there. It will be a pitch outside to number 26, Monty White. White breaks open but is
Huge
caught.
gain. He's slowed down by Kelly Newton, and then to help him, Logan Plum to take him down. That's a big gain, you know. That just kind of shows that the Bulldogs kind of realized you can't just keep passing the ball because that is what the Wolves have been preparing for. You know, on film, you see a ton of passes, and the thing that sucks for the Bulldogs is they only have these 2 key players that they keep going to. Agreed?
I would well, I mean, maybe they have 3, but because Montre White hasn't been like showing that much, but he might be one of their weapons. But we definitely know Danny Adams and Robert Galvin are their main guys. Danny Adams is the junior, of course. The pass right here.
Pass.
Oh, the juke move right there by number 12, Roy Aguela.
Looks like he broke Logan Plum's ankles.
Got a little Steph Curry out there.
Great move by number 12. Nice screen pass. You know, the last screen pass they went for got him a gain, a pretty good one actually, but remember it was brought back by the penalty.
Penalty, yeah. I mean, to me, I feel like the Bulldogs are very undisciplined when it comes to...
And we've seen that in previous years. You know, last year there was some drama with the Wolves at Carl Langley Field, home of the Wolves. They being escorted to the locker room because of threats of knives.
Now, number 6 will run it, Danny Adams.
Sacked by number 74, Asa Baker. You know, Ace has been having a pretty good game. I'm not sure. Was he running that or was that a screen pass?
It was a run.
Oh, okay.
Since it was an attempt run, it would be a tackle for a loss. But was it a tackle for a loss or did he get a 1-yard gain?
It looks like the scoreboard showing a 1-yard gain, 3rd and 9 on the 34-yard line. Now, the Wolves have been great at defending third downs, and the Bulldogs have been terrible at converting them.
Most definitely.
Some scrambling by the defense to get in position. You know, the Bulldogs keep...
A flag is thrown right here. It's not going to be delay of game, though. There was 3 seconds on the clock when the flag was thrown. We are going to see what it is.
You know, I've noticed the Bulldogs, they'll get down ready to start the play, and then all of a sudden their coaches just start yelling at them from the sideline. They probably need to get that figured out.
Probably. I mean, a lot of miscommunication. Miscommunication is probably one of the biggest things that will hurt a team, because if you're not communicating well, then you really can't do anything. You can't get anything figured out.
That penalty bringing them back 5 yards. The Bulldogs back 5 yards. 3rd and 14, 3rd and long. You know, that just makes it easier for the Wolves, and they're in great field position to get this ball back.
Oh, most definitely. I would totally agree with that. Adams back once again in shotgun. He gets the snap. He scrambles out of the pocket. The throw to his main...
Tackled by Kelly Newton. Who was that on getting tackled?
Robert Galvin was the guy. That's his...
That's the main threat.
Would you say that was his 5th reception, 4th reception?
Yeah, and I mean, he has been doing good. You know, they've had some plays where he caught it up the middle. He's tall. He's not huge, but he's of good size. You know, he's been doing good. The thing is we're just going to, you know, put our best coverage on him.
Well, yeah, and the crazy thing is, though, is that he's had about 4 receptions this game, and there's only been about a total of 6 for the Bulldogs, so you can definitely see that he's the main threat right here for the Wolves.
They've thrown a screen pass to number 12 and another screen pass. I'm not sure who that one is to.
A deep pass right here, number 12, but the Wolves were all over it right there. Kind of a bad pass, led his man a little bit too much right there. Double coverage right there by the Wolves.
You know, J.P. Gardner, a tall, lanky player for the Wolves, was on number 12, who seems to be one of the, you know, a short player. You know, and not only was it double coverage, but, I mean, just common sense kind of says that's going to be a hard play to make.
Most definitely.
You know, I guess with it being 3rd and long for them, they needed, or was that 4th? That was actually 4th down, you know. They got to do something.
Blake Gonvold hands it off. Oh, no, he pitches it right here to number 8, Seth Stamps with a big gain.
Tackled out of bounds by a Springfield Central Bulldog.
Seth is just showing off his speed, his strength. He's showing off his athleticism right here.
You know, usually that's Corey Robinette doing, you know, coming through the backfield. It looks like, to me, it seems like they're switching every other drive.
The quarterbacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You have a decent amount of sophomores out here. You have Seth Stamps, Blake Gronvold, and Justin Miller on the line. Hand off to Ben Helms for a huge gain once again. Ben Helms definitely showing off his ability to run the ball.
He's constantly able to break tackles. You know, he'll have someone on his back, and he's going to go for another few yards.
I would definitely say the reason why he's doing so good, well, the 2 reasons, because the line and because of his strength. I mean, that guy is just a giant, basically.
He's a tank.
He's a tank.
Beast mode.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Blake Gronvold is about to receive the snap.
Again to Ben Helms.
Ben Helms
with a dive for some extra yards. You know, he's just an athlete right now.
Oh, most definitely. The dive, though, is kind of scary to do because a lot of times it happens in the NFL. They dive for it, and the ball hits the ground, and it just pops right off the ground, and it's a fumble, which can be very bad.
It's definitely a risky move, but right now, scoreboard showing we have 2nd and 2. Again, Blake Gronvold commanding the offense very well, because this is the most playing time he's had.
Most definitely, and he's definitely showing that he deserves it right here. A handoff right here by Seth Stamps Breaks it in for a touchdown right here for the Wolves.
That puts the Wolves up with their second touchdown, 13-0. And I know the Wolves are going to score again. They've been stopping the Bulldogs too well. The Bulldogs just haven't opposed a threat that the Wolves can't stop.
Most definitely. I mean, the Wolves' running game is just ceasing to amaze me every single run. I mean, their average run probably is about 7 or 8 yards every run, and that's amazing right here.
That's almost double what you need to average for your run game
definitely.
to be successful. Joel Gertson obviously back to attempt the point after. It will be good. That'll put the Reed Spring Wolves up 14-0 with 7 minutes, 37 seconds left in the half. I'm glad. I'm proud. I'm not going to lie. I didn't really expect anything different. Central hasn't always really challenged the Wolves, but it's not that the Wolves can't, undergo challenges. We beat Bolivar. Huge upset.
Yeah.
Ozone ranked that, in a poll, one of the biggest upsets out of all the teams around
Top
here.
5 upsets.
Of the season, yeah.
I do have to give a hand to the Wolves right here. After throwing an interception, which can be very hard on offense, they come back and they do amazing on the run game. I mean, do you think they'll pass it later in the game, or do you think they might be done?
I think if the run game gets shut down, maybe. If the run game gets shut down,
run game's not getting shut down. I'm sorry.
I agree, but I'm just saying if it, in the case that it was, that's when they would be able to stop it. But the thing is that the Wolves are just. If you stop the run game, we can at least pass a little bit. We're not going to be able to make these huge passes, but we can pass a little bit.
Yeah, Central just can't touch this on us.
Just like the song. Joel Gertson ready to kick off with the same kick returner for the...
Montre White, the junior.
There's the kick. Huge kick, terrible reception. Flags on the play. You see 2 Bulldogs players down. They didn't even let that play go on.
Oh, no, they didn't. That means that it will probably be a big flag.
This stuff, again, the ref's probably going to take about 10 minutes to discuss this penalty like they have been. Again, what do they need?
Their morning coffee. But what is crazy, though, is every single drive there's at least been 1 flag thrown, which is...
Yeah, every kickoff.
Which is getting kind of annoying, if you ask me.
But 2 of them have been on the Bulldogs, but I want to say this one was on the Wolves because of how quickly it was called.
Most definitely, especially because they will start it out on the 20-yard line.
And I think he received that in the end zone.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. And it looked like, he had to run over and catch it.
The ball is
from
being
behind.
brought back. It is not on the Wolves. It is actually on the Bulldogs.
Central sucks at receiving the ball. They're just not able to do it.
I wouldn't say receiving the ball. It's just that they're undisciplined.
We expect that, don't we?
Their roster is definitely showing a lot of freshmen and sophomores on it, so I wonder if that's maybe the reason, is that they're inexperienced.
Which me and Colin both kind of expected. Again, one of the famous things, they get down to snap the ball and then they stand up and look around.
Oh, a
Terrible snap in the end zone.
Adams gets it. The pass
picked off.
is intercepted.
That might be a touchdown. That might be a Wolves touchdown. Looked like that was number 6, Corey Robinette. We see Joel Gertson go. That was a Wolves touchdown. That brings the Wolves 20-0.
A pick 6 right there by the Wolves, definitely showing off the pass coverage. That was the first interception for the Wolves this game, and that was definitely their first pick 6.
Crazy that, that's what happens when you put yourself in that bad field position.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame that on the quarterback. Once again, the Wolves can put pressure, and that's what's causing the Bulldogs to just kind of melt. They're melting under pressure.
Honestly, what I'm seeing the biggest problem is, fake.
It's a fake.
Newton with the pass deflected by the Bulldogs. I almost want to say that was just a rep play. That was just practice.
Not going to lie, it doesn't matter. I mean, we're up by 20. It's all right.
What's crazy is, I didn't even know if this game was going to happen tonight with all the rain.
I felt the exact same way. I asked several of the players today, and they all were saying that they didn't think the game would happen, but it seems like the weather's cleared up. It's actually nice, cool breeze, great weather to be in right here for a night game for the Wolves.
We have the Wolves coming to kick off just like they did about a minute ago.
Oh, yeah, I mean, this is...
Me and Colin both expecting to see a penalty on this play.
I mean, definitely. Joel Gertzen once again kicking it off. To number 26, Montre White.
Back to receive it. Let's see if Joel can get a kick just like he did last time. You know, I think all the Wolves will be glad if they do. That definitely hurt them.
A
Flag before the kick was even kicked. What did me and Colin tell you?
That was definitely a good prediction right there. Let's just say if I had a nickel for every time a flag was thrown this game, I would be rich.
I definitely agree, especially on kickoff, because it's pretty much guaranteed that if the Wolves are kicking off to the Springfield Central Bulldogs, there's going to be a flag on the play.
Most definitely.
So, they're pushed back now because they're kicking from the 30? Am I wrong, or are they? I'm not exactly sure what happened there.
They're not kicking off on the 30, they're kicking off on the 35.
Oh yeah, excuse me.
I don't know. Oh, I think one of the kicking team accidentally crossed the line, which is not good right there. But it's okay. Joel Gertzen definitely has the leg to get it there.
Huge kick by Joel Gertzen. Montre White receiving it.
Montre White, he's running. Montre White, a huge pickup right there by Montre White. Can Joel Gertzen stop him?
Looks like Joel Gertzen's getting pretty close.
Montre White returns a kick for the touchdown. Believe it or not, but Montre White is the freshman. That is crazy. He shows off his speed.
What amazes me is that was a deep kick. Even with the Wolves being pushed back, that was a huge kick.
Lance Gosh, the coach for the Reed Spring Wolves, is fired up. He is extremely mad right now, yelling at his players. But
you know, we can be up 20-0, but you can't give up. You have to put pressure.
That's
on
a
them all
huge
the time.
momentum shifter right there, because that is literally one of the best things you can do in football.
Well, our defense has been great about, like, when they get momentum, we stop them,
Most
and
definitely.
we get our offense momentum.
But I would say about a 95-yard kick return for a touchdown.
Yeah, that's an amazing run. You know, he found the hole. As you could see, he went to the left side, ran along the sideline. It was great. Lance Gosh still yelling. Seems to be pretty fired up, pretty mad.
Robert Galvin is lined up as your
timeout by the Springfield Central Bulldogs, it seemed like. You know, although it is 6-20, did it look like the Bulldogs were going for two, or was that a point after attempt?
I'm going to have to say a point after attempt.
Although with the timeout called, maybe changing it up now?
Yeah, but it's not strategical for you to go for two, because it's 8-20, and if you fail, then it's only 6-20. You're down by 14.
It doesn't really make a difference. That 2 points at this point in the game, right?
Yeah, but if you're going to need the 2 points, get it later in the game. That's
when it's your last resort.
That's my opinion. I mean, right now is not really the time to go for two.
You know, you have 7 minutes, 11 seconds in the half, and then you have a whole second half.
But the bad thing is, though, is that the Wolves kicked it off, correct?
Yes.
Yes. And so then that means the Wolves will be getting it back after
yes, at the beginning of the game, yeah.
So if the Wolves can score right here on their drive and then score again when they get the kickoff, then this game,
that's great.
It'll be blown out of proportion, which will be very good.
You know, Central's thoughts are they have to stop the Wolves, score by the end of the half again, and then, stop the Wolves.
Robert Galvin's your slot receiver right here. We're going to see, screen
pass incomplete to number 12.
Roy Aguela.
He has been on almost every screen pass. Yeah. He's been the man.
Well, I think the reason why they go to him, he seems to be small and he seems to be pretty fast, elusive.
Yeah,
he
is. Yeah, he is pretty agile. He has great elusiveness.
But your agility does not matter when the ball is spiked 5 feet in front of you.
You know how we've been talking about the pressure the Wolves D-line has been putting on the quarterback?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I kind of think a lot of that is on the snapper. You know, he's been giving snaps that the quarterback's having to jump up for, or like even down in the end zone when they made the pick six, he threw it away.
And so my opinion on that is quit going from the shotgun formation. Is just start receiving the snap. Now that I don't know what it will do. We'll see how the Wolves handle it. You never know. You have Seth Stamps back to return the kick. This is the first time the Wolves have returned a kick because, Central hasn't really been on their scoring game lately.
It looks like Seth, Blake, and Joel. Yeah, Joel Gertson set to return it. We have 3 returners back here.
Usually Reed Spring does not run this formation on their kickoff returns.
Usually we have 1 or 2 returners in the back.
We have 2 back, and then we have Blake Gronvold where Seth Stamps is standing right here.
That's a delay of game. I was looking at the clock as soon as I saw that, and it looks like they were going for a squib, but that squib's not going to be as effective now.
No, and that was actually, in my opinion, a very bad squib because as you saw Seth,
he was able to just go right to the ball.
And Joel Gertson could have just picked that thing up and just took off.
Yeah, the point of a squib is to, correct me if I'm wrong, it's to stop the return, to prevent, am I correct?
You can use it to run down time, stop a return, or some people even use it to return it, and that's very hard to do. But
like an onside kick almost, to get the ball back?
Yeah, but it's extremely hard to do that.
We've seen a few squib kicks throughout the season from Joel, and he's pretty talented with being able to kick the ball in different ways.
Oh, yeah, the way he can control his ball is insane, but here we go. Number 9, Robert Galvin, the main wide receiver for the Bulldogs, is ready to kick it off. Here comes the kick. This time we'll actually kick it. Uh-oh. That will be... Ooh.
Penalty. It looks like it went out of bounds. That's something you really don't want to happen.
I know for sure that in the NFL you get the ball at the 40-yard line if it goes out of bounds.
It looks like Coach Moeller is asking the referees about the ball placement?
Yeah, because in the NFL and in college, I'm 99% sure in college that it goes to the 40-yard line. I think it's going to the 30 or the... Yeah, it looks to seem like the 35.
It's still great field position. That kick really wasn't that great, though. It looked like maybe he missed slightly and, got on the left side of the ball to cause it to hook right.
Now, that penalty was created so then kickers couldn't kick it right here.
Near the goal line, the 10 line and closer to the end zone, yeah. That just wouldn't exactly, be fair for them to kick it and then...
No, but you can do that for a punt, but...
Correct, yes.
Now, let's see what the Wolves can do. I mean...
I'm not really worried. They decent field position, 30-yard line, and the run game has just been crazy. It looks like you have number 26 for the Wolves, Coulter Witten, coming off of a suspension last game, unspecified reasons. Austin Stalgard again.
Only 1 wide receiver right here for the Wolves, so probably most chances be a run right here. Stalgard hands it off to number 26.
Coulter Witten.
Coulter Witten has speed and he has some strength. I mean, he's definitely got a little bit of everything, if that makes sense.
He's pretty fast. He's one of our stars in track. But he also, as you saw in that play, he tucked his head down and went to hit him.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he's strong. I mean, I've seen that kid lift, and let's just say he can lift a lot. Oh, he's showing a little bit of spin move right there. And once again, that was another handoff to Coulter Witten.
Great play by Coulter Witten. That's going to put us on 3rd down, am I correct? Or did we get a first down on the first? I believe that's 3rd down. Scoreboard shows 2nd and 5.
It is first down.
Oh, first down, okay. I thought it was 3rd and inches.
I mean, Coulter Witten definitely picking up 2 good rushes right there.
You don't see Ben out there anymore.
Well, I mean, that's not a bad thing or anything. But huge. He just runs him over right there. And that was Corey Robinette. I mean, he made that kid just look like a thing of jello right there.
That was great by Corey. You don't see him doing that much. Not that he can't, but he's so fast that if he gets to the outside, he's going to score.
Now, what I think about that is that Corey has so much acceleration, I guess you could call it.
He gets to his top speed quick.
Yeah, and so he was at his top. He might not have been at his top speed right there, but
he's getting there.
He trucked him like jello right there. That kid just went limp and fell down. 26, Coulter Witten with another handoff. Huge gain right there by Coulter.
I'm actually kind of surprised he hasn't been getting the ball because He was getting the ball before, although last game he came off that suspension. You know, we had a few other starters coming off a suspension, but he's coming back and he's proven himself. We might see more of him in the second half. But I think there's no problem with Ben and Corey. I think they're just trying to give people in-game reps. Agreed?
I mean, I would definitely agree with that. No, Austin Stargard, he's amazed me this game. Oh, handoff right here. Coulter Winton. Good gain once again by Coulter. But
He's marching the ball down the field.
definitely. Ground and pound right there is the Reed Spring game. They showed that definitely last year, and they're showing it this year as well.
Yeah, agreed.
I have some thoughts about Austin. Austin's like, this is first year for Austin at quarterback, and
Coming off of a great Reed Spring
who
quarterback,
was last year's quarterback?
Nick Haddock, who ended up going to William Penn, which, if I'm correct, is a NAI school in Illinois.
I mean, not gonna lie, to start, I had Austin kind of struggle, but he's definitely shown off. He's very versatile.
The pick to Corey. He's pushed out about the 19, 18-yard line.
I would say 19-yard line from my view.
That was a great play by Austin. And like you were just saying, I'm assuming you were just going to say you had some doubts about Austin?
I mean, maybe not doubts, but it's very hard to fill in those shoes of Nick Haddock, and I think he's actually starting to slowly progress into those shoes and fill them up.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, he wasn't like the best passer at the beginning of the season, which sucked because if you could stop the run, you could stop the Wolves, but now he's showing that threat. Agreed?
His passing game, I think, is amazing this game. Maybe not amazing.
Compared to what it has been.
Yeah. Right here, Kelly Newton with a huge rush.
Being pushed by a pack of Wolves forward, it looked like.
Oh, yeah, he will not go down. I mean, I don't think any of the running backs will go down for the Wolves. This is crazy.
And to me, that's something I've always seen about Kelly that I always question, why doesn't he play more? Because when people hit him, he's not literally the tallest, but he's a strong kid. He's hard to bring down.
Yeah, that is true. And I mean, I think that he might not start all the time because he's an Iron Man. He starts offense and defense, which gets very tiring.
That's hard on your body. And he does great on defense. As you can see, he's all over the ball.
Another handoff to Kelly Newton. Kelly Newton gets onto the outside. Touchdown.
Good enough for a Wolves touchdown. Kelly Newton deserved that one, but so did Coulter Winton. I'm sure Coulter Winton will have a touchdown this game. That was great by Kelly. The nice reversal. The Wolves have been doing great.
I think the people who should be getting the most amount of
ball carrying time.
Yeah, should be basically everyone. They're all showing their stuff.
Yeah, you can't say Ben's been doing better than Coulter or anything because our running game's just destroying. But a lot of it's not necessarily the running backs; it's the O-line.
Oh yeah. Fun fact: Justin Miller was big man on campus, and that's a thing that Reed Spring does for their line, the best lineman. And I mean, Justin Miller, his size.
He's a sophomore, by the way.
He is, but his size and strength allow him to be just a brute out there.
His brother, Garrett Miller, great defensive player for us, is injured. Not exactly sure what the injury is. He's, a lot of players have been like, is Garrett going to play? Is Garrett going to play?
He led our team last year in sacks. He's definitely a very, very, very good. I believe it's a defensive end that he plays.
I'm pretty sure. He had a few sacks in past games.
It's defensive end, definitely, for sure.
We're doing great here. The point after attempt, again, good by Joel Gertson. You really don't, you don't see much issues with his kicking.
No, I mean, the Cassville game, it was windy that night, and that's why he missed it. It's definitely hard to kick with wind, but, I mean, other than that, he's made every single kick, and he's definitely been showing his stuff.
I'd love for you guys to see him kick the ball in a more, tense situation, when he, when he has to show a squib or an onside kick, because he's talented. And, I don't think he played his freshman year, but he played last year, and he did great. So it's been going really well for him, and, I'm glad he's been doing so good.
Most definitely. Wolves, definitely used to kicking off the ball.
Even though Central's been used to receiving the ball, they always commit penalties.
Now, this is where I'm interested is, will they kick it off to the freshman number 26,
Montre,
my bad. And, I mean, truthfully, if I was the coaches, I would definitely not kick it to him. I mean, he shows speed. And
yeah, but as long as we can make a good kick, I think we can stop him.
We did make a good kick, but he has some decent ball carry vision.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you take the chance? I mean, if you take the chance, it's not really that bad. A score right here doesn't I mean, worst that can happen, it's 14-27.
It looks like they tried to kick away from him, but he still receives it.
Well, that was a great kick right there because, I mean, the ball was in the air for so long and he wasn't.
Brought down by number 23, Ben Helms. Wrapped him up. You know, and you say, like, is it worth the chance? But I don't know if it was all necessarily his skill. Like, I'm not saying he's not a good, returner or receiver.
It was the blockers as well.
But I feel like our defense, being up 20-0 in that situation, we're like, oh, we got it, and they kind of slacked off. You can't do that.
Not
You just always,
lackadaisical.
Exactly, lackadaisical. You got to keep putting pressure no matter what the game is, and that's, to me, is what separates, really great teams from good teams.
Most definitely.
When you play a team that you should beat them by a ton.
Another bad snap right here for Central. Handoff right here.
I'm assuming that was to their normal
Running
halfback,
back, Montre White.
which, I mean, I think he deserves that spot. He's been doing good. I feel like their blockers, if they could get their blockers to let him get to the outside of the field, he could get good gains. He's fast.
The big thing about Central, though, is that they're fast, and they're just fast, and that's one thing that Reed Spring has to watch out for.
What I've noticed is they don't have many big men. Does it seem like it's you? Like, even their line, they kind of seem...
They don't have big men, but a guy who's definitely big is Robert Galvin. I mean, that guy looks like he's probably about 6'3".
You can see him sized up right now against Logan Plum,
which is one of our biggest guys. It's a run right here.
You can tell they're quickly going to the run, which, it kind of seems silly to me. You have 3 minutes left, and now they're choosing to run?
Well, I mean, 3 minutes is all right. It's not like the clock's almost down. They're fine to run the ball. But
with the way they've been playing,
But you can't pass. Their passing game has been
I
tough.
agree. Well, I think that as long as they can mix it up and keep us guessing, that would help them out.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if the Wolves can stop them right here. I mean,
3rd and 10 on the 17-yard line.
Definitely. All right here. We have...
They have trouble getting the plays off.
Most definitely. Regular Danny Adams back there. Uh-oh, looks like there might have been...
Flags on the play.
I'm thinking false start right there by Robert Galvin. I mean, that's not
That'll
good.
be, I believe, the first penalty we've seen by him. If it wasn't, it looked to be like it might have been on number 55 of the Wolves, Jacob Rance, but...
No, I
think it was a false start?
I saw Galvin just jump it big time.
Yeah, that's 4th and 15 on the 12. You go for that. You turn it over on... Oh, my bad. Excuse me, that's 3rd and 15?
3rd and 15. But communication, once I said before, is just the biggest thing right here. Because right there, miscommunication. Didn't know what snap they're going off of, the 2nd and the 3rd or the 1st. And that's what happens. He's going to drop back for the pass. Adams with a deep pass. That's intercepted.
Picked
right
off
there.
by Kelly Newton, number 20. Flags on the play. He's going to get the stiff
outside.
arm.
Kelly, it's a pick 6, but there is a flag on the play. We're going to see what it is. I think it might be pass interference.
Kelly Newton was the last pick 6, was he? Or was that someone else?
No, that was number 6, Corey Robinette.
Oh, okay. That just shows, we were talking earlier about Kelly being an Ironman playing both sides of the ball. He's such a threat on the defense.
Most definitely. I mean, his height, he's such an athlete, his height does not matter.
Yeah, because, was that pass intended to Robert Galvin? I believe so, number 9.
I believe it was.
Yeah,
but there was
he's
triple
tall.
coverage
Yeah.
on him.
Like, I understand he's the man that you want to go to, but you got to have, the quarterback IQ to realize triple coverage, it's not going to work.
It is a touchdown right here.
The Wolves up 33-6. That's the second pick 6, and I'm not sure if we've had any other pick 6s of the season. Don't quote me on that.
I can't recall any of them.
That's great for Kelly Newton. You see him running back out there on the field. I believe he holds the snap for Joel Gertzen. Great play by the Reed Spring Wolves. That's just awesome that they've been able to do that. But, just kind of, it really bothers me, the decisions their quarterback's making. I understand we're putting pressure on him, and obviously his snaps haven't been good, but, if in order to help his team, you can't let that happen.
But it's easy to say when you're
I agree. For him, and especially at this age, you see quarterbacks in the NFL, they're taller, more experienced, but they're able to see over the linemen. you know, if you're not a tall quarterback in high school, you know, having grown, or maybe you're just shorter, that's actually a problem.
The extra point is good, by the way, but I would definitely agree. I mean, that's why a lot of people have NFL quarterback Russell Wilson. He had a lot of doubts about him. Because he's only 5'10 or 5'11, so you can't really see over his line. And that's why most of your quarterbacks that you're going to look at are tall, 6'4". I mean, Brock Osweiler, who used to be the Broncos quarterback, was 6'8". I mean, so it just gives you better vision the taller you are.
Yeah, it definitely helps. You know, I'm looking at the score on 34-6. It looks like
we missed the 2-point conversion. Remember?
Oh yes, I do remember. I don't remember. Okay, excuse me, guys. Made a few mistakes this game announcing, but you know what? That's okay.
Yeah, you barely passed math, and we can kind of tell right there.
Good times. Again, we have. Is that Joel Gertzen? It should be. Yep, Joel Gertzen ready to kick the ball with Montre.
You got Montre once again, the big man on campus.
You know, we've been saying his name a lot. Same with Galvin and
Danny Adams. I mean, oh, it's a
squib. Oh. We return it. That looks like number 7, Cameron Essick on the return.
Oh, no.
Oh, excuse me. We were very close. I think he dropped down on the ball. He looks to be upset with himself. I'm trying to see. Yeah, that was Cameron Essick. Definitely. I thought he recovered that. It must have slipped out from under him, but that was a good kick. You were just talking about that.
Fantastic right there. I mean, that must have hurt his shin. That thing that was just like getting sniped in the shin right there.
That was a great kick. And what's funny is me and Colin just talked about that, and he said how difficult it is. You know, maybe he didn't try to do that on purpose, but that's the great thing about a squib. A football, obviously by the shape, it's not going to bounce the way you think it's going to.
Most definitely. I like to call Joel Gertzen American Sniper because he just snipes that football around the field. He's perfect with accuracy. Handoff right here to number 26, Montre. Montre trying to find a hole. He can't find anything. A pack of wolves all over him.
Looks like that was number 24. Believe that was Dakota Romsberg to get the first hands on him. He's been doing great. He's been on a few tackles of packs. You know, he's been doing good.
2 minutes left in the second quarter right now.
We're going to have the 2-minute warning coming now. There is no 2-minute warning in high school football. My apologies. I'm used to watching the big boys.
The big boys. I mean, the Wolves student section seems to be pumped up right now.
You know, we don't even have – I mean, we have a lot of fans, but it's not like this is a packed game usually for an away game, and we're still loud.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a lot of people are confident in this win right here, but we're going to see what the Wolves can do to stop them.
We have a decent crowd in the stands.
Oh, a throw on the run right there. Pass is incomplete to number 5, beat Charles Leonard.
That's the first pass that's been intended for him, and he did dive out for that ball, but couldn't accept it.
I like his effort. It's only a freshman. I see a lot of freshmen out here.
Looked like, you know, he's running out of the pocket to the left side of the field. That's a hard throw as a righty.
That is your hardest throw as a quarterback is when you're running to the left because you have to turn your whole body and get it off. So
I do say props to their quarterback because he's been able to, you know, get out of the pocket.
Uh-oh, looks like there might have been a little offsides right there.
On Asa Baker, you know, he was last offsides. He's being taken out of the game right now.
Cameron Essick. I mean, Asa, she's been showing a little bit of signs of undiscipline, but I mean it's all right. He's a great pass rusher. He's just great rusher.
Yeah, he does great. You know, it's not that
he just missed.
He's
time.
bad. Yeah,
he just missed time to snap right there. You
can tell he's frustrated with himself right now. Coach is talking to him, trying to calm him down, but that's okay because I think Cameron Essick's going to fill his shoes good.
Asa's just an anchor right there for the line.
Yeah, I agree, but. Again, you can hear the quarterback talking, ready for the snap, and all of a sudden he stands up. Really odd.
Most definitely. I mean, it's the coach yelling at him. Oh, right here, the quarterback's going to run it for like basically no gain. They cannot do anything.
A dive at his feet and then tackle behind. I believe that was Cameron Essick, number 7 on the tackle.
Very ironic right there, but yes, it was, I believe, Cameron Essick.
You know, him and Asa both new to Reed Spring, both came in very well. You know, Cameron, a big guy, like he's built pretty big, but Asa's just, you know, you can't really replace him. He's a good player. he's going to hold down that spot.
He's an elite defensive tackle pass rusher right there.
Yeah, he's great for us. You can hear the whistle by the refs. It right now is 4th and 3rd on the 44-yard line with 56 seconds to go in the first half, second quarter.
And you're probably
the clock's starting back up again.
Let's see if they will pass it or if they will run it. A terrible snap. They're going to run it again. They're all over the quarterback. Danny Adams right there.
And that seems to be a turnover on down. Did you see Asa going back for the O-line? That's good for him, It's not that, the coaches were just upset with him. He just needed a little time to, take a breather, get back into it.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I mean,
sometimes that's what you need.
If you perfectly jump the snap, then you will just be – it's just
a monster.
Yeah.
And that's what he has been. But like we were talking about, he's a great rusher on defense, able to put pressure on the offense. He's great at offense too.
Yes, and I think at this time of the game, trying to perfectly jump your snap, the risk is good. Oh, it's a huge rush right here. Is that Colton?
Seeing who that was that gets up with the ball. It looked to be number 23, Ben Helms. Blake Gromvold at quarterback commanding the offense.
It seems to be the Wolves have been switching their quarterback every other drive. Yeah.
And what I was kind of surprised about is it looked like if he would have went to the outside, he would have been able to break loose. He's not as fast as, let's say, Coulter or Corey. But either way, big gain for the first down.
I saw the safety kind of coming in the other way, so I don't know about that. But
either way, good run.
Most definitely. You have 37 seconds. There has been a timeout called. I wonder what the Wolves are going to do. Are they going to try to show off the pass? Blake Gromvold's more of a kind of like a West Coast quarterback, which is someone who just passes short and just picks up small amounts of gains.
I would say that's our team. If we're going to pass, we're not going to go for a deep pass. We do sometimes, but not as much.
I just think it's our team going off the quarterbacks.
I agree. Like if we had a really good passing quarterback, we would probably go for deeper passes. But
it's not that our quarterbacks are bad. It's just that
that's not the threat. Austin, great rushing quarterback with a little bit of passing.
Neither of our quarterbacks are fully matured, you could say, especially Blake being kind of smaller, only a sophomore.
Like we were saying with seeing over the line, as you can see, him standing up, that might, I'm not saying it's just an awful thing, but it can be a disadvantage in high school football. 37 seconds left on the clock. Blake Gromvold ready to take the snap. Sacked from the blind side by number 53, Bulldog number 53, Tyrell Harvey, who is a defensive lineman.
I mean, that's definitely going to leave a mark right there for Blake. That he was hit hard.
It looks like he's okay though. Another timeout called, but that's that's from his blind side. He doesn't know.
That is true. I mean, it's definitely hard.
The O-line has got to do better. Yeah, their quarterback's almost your most prized possession.
He only has 1 year of experience at quarterback in high school.
Well, yeah,
and it wasn't even.
This is his most playing time he's had.
So you can't blame him. His awareness isn't completely where it should.
It's not developed yet, and that's okay. We're not blaming that. Austin's has wasn't. But now it's so much better.
Yeah, because you start to get more comfortable.
Yeah, Blake being this first game, like playing a lot, probably a little nervous, wants to show the coaches he can do stuff.
I mean, definitely. I think everyone has that game where they're just nervous, they got the jitters. But once Blake, he's just got to pick up just a couple of yards, just a couple of passes, get into his thing, and then...
Yeah, get into a groove, and he's good. And, that's what I think both of our quarterbacks have been doing. Even though they're changing each drive, they're doing great.
Most definitely. I would definitely agree with that. So Blake once again at quarterback. Fakes handoff. The throw. A bad throw. The ball is tipped, but it's incomplete. Luckily for
Blake.
Blake.
Off, and then you see a Bulldog dive for it. He didn't really lead. It looked like a pass was intended for number 1, Joel Gertzen.
That was a decent job right there by Blake because he got sacked right as he threw it. I mean, it's kind of risky just to throw up a ball, but Joel Gertzen's an athlete. I think that Joel.
And if Joel knows that he can't catch it, he's at least got to try to bat it away from the defense.
Maybe not bat it away.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, try to come down with it. He's not going just. Yeah. Blake once again has a snap. He hands it off to number 8. Seth Stamp. Seth finding his hole.
Breaks away.
Seth cutting in and out of the defense.
He looks like he stumbled, but he was zigzagging right in and out of him.
That is extremely close to the end zone. Seth Stamps showing off that speed.
you can tell like the agility there to be able to, he read the holes, went in and out of them. That was great play.
That was our third and final timeout right here. But I mean, Seth,
It's only 1st and 5. We should be good.
yeah, Seth showed off first and goal.
Yeah, first and
Seth
goal, excuse
showed
me.
off his. It looks like we might go for the. Okay, we just called the timeout. I wonder if we're going to go for the field goal or if we're going to go for it and then no huddle field goal. I wonder what we're going to do right here.
Yeah,
But a field goal is not very necessary when it's 34-6, because 37-6 doesn't make that.
there's
big.
nothing wrong with running up the score, though.
Well, I mean, try to go for the touchdown. If you don't get it, guess what? You got next half.
Yeah, we get the ball back at the half. The perfect scenario would be scoring, kicking it off, stopping them, whatever, but then getting the ball back at the half, and scoring then. Definitely being able to run up the score, it's great for us. This is a great game going so far.
But
You do have, it looks like I don't see Joel Gertzen out there, so maybe your no huddle idea, I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but we do have.
I'm guessing run right here because.
Really?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I agree, with what's happened down back closer to.
And you only have one wide receiver out there. It seems to be. Is that Ransom Alphen out there? Yeah. So you don't really have any wide receivers. So I'm going to wonder what happens right here. As I
the
predict,
handoff to Ben Helms.
It is a touchdown for the Reed Spring Wolves, running up the score, running and gunning, or the Wolves just down the field, unstoppable today.
40-6. The Wolves, they're doing great. They're unstoppable. Ben Helms has just been tearing it up, and that's great for him.
No, I'm not trying to sound rude, but is this a surprise? Because to me, it's not.
No, I mean, this happens the past few years for Reed Spring against Central, and I think that's one of the reasons, like last year with the knives and all that stuff, I think that's one of the reasons it happens is because they start to play dirty when they're losing.
Definitely. And in my opinion, I think Reed Spring, everything is starting to click together. That line's working perfectly together. The halfbacks are just reading the line. So,
Point after attempt good, by the way, but I agree with you, Colin. They're reading, our halfbacks are reading the holes. Our defense reading, it's not that hard to predict what they're going to do. Their run game hasn't been that great.
this seems like this is kind of looking like the Wolves from last year. I mean, they used to just run, and nobody could stop them. They're definitely just showing off the ground
Colton
and pound.
Pomeroy did a great job. And, one question you proposed to me earlier today was have our Wolves seniors stepped up to, accept the roles
Yeah.
of Nick and Sean Baker.
I think at first, they might have been a little nervous. I mean, I truthfully don't know, but I think they might have. But
they've done a great job of fulfilling the shoes, and even the underclassmen stepping up have done great.
most definitely, Blake Gromwell's definitely been showing off his skills at quarterback. I really like it.
Both of them are doing exceptionally well. Both of our quarterbacks, which is great for them.
11 seconds on the clock. I wonder what Joel's going to do. I'm guessing a squib right here. Maybe not a big squib. I don't know. Joel, kickoff. He's going to squib it as I predicted. Uh-oh, it looks like the receiving team has a little bit of trouble with it. It looks like the Bulldogs will have. Looks like the Bulldogs will have the ball on the. What does that look like? Do you know? Can you see that?
No, I'm waiting for the scoreboard to tell. Either way, they have 4.7 seconds left, and they did have trouble. 28-yard line, 1st and 10. No doubt it's going to be a pass.
It's going to be a pass, and I'm going to predict it. Shotgun formation, deep pass to Robert Galvin.
Let's see if you're correct. Really not that hard of a prediction, but I'll make it seem like you're good at predicting the future.
Robert Galvin is on the outside. I'm guessing that he's going to go deep, or will he go to the slot receiver right here? Adam steps back, pass to Galvin.
And that's the end of the first half. The Wolves having a great half, 41-6. You really can't beat that.
Oh, yeah. Remember how earlier you said beast mode? I think
agree.
the whole team is beast mode right
Yeah,
now.
we're just, ground and pound, destroying the Bulldogs. They just haven't been able to defend it. And then even their defense hasn't been able to, or their offense hasn't been able to trick our defense at all.
I think after that, after that Cassville game, I think the sleeping giant was woken up, and they are just going after every single game 100%.
It's halftime now. We'll be coming at you with a commercial winding down. Stay tuned as we'll be back. So be ready for this commercial and be sure to come back. We'll be back at the end of halftime.
Hey, great party. Oh, thanks. Here you go. One hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger. I don't drill it.
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Hey, where you going? Can't get by me. I'm number 1 in this class. I rule this lab. I'm number 1. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am the king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk. Thank you. Can I help you today?
No thanks. I'm just looking. Oh, this is cute. So? Too tight-headed! Yuck!
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Like they're the fashion police.
This live stream is being brought to you by Reed Spring High School.
Hello, everybody. Halftime's over. I'm Noah.
And I'm Colin.
And we're back. The second half is about to start. You know, if you're just joining us or you want a recap of the first half, the Wolves destroyed. You know, the score's 41-6, and we had 2 pick sixes, some great we couldn't be stopped with the running game. We just shoved it up the middle, ground and pound. We did great, really.
Run and gun, ground and pound. We were doing everything on offense. Everything was clicking. Everything was going for the Wolves. And that's exactly what the Wolves need right here.
Here at Harrison Stadium, the Springfield Central Bulldogs were unable to stop the Reed Spring Wolves. You know, and then their offense, if you have an offense that can run and pass and can mix it up, then that's going to be a hard offense to stop. And I'll give it to the Bulldogs. They can run and pass, but the thing is they run with the same guy and they pass. They've had a few screen passes to number 12, who is Roy Aguila, and then they've had most of their passes to number 9, Robert Galvin, and the Wolves scored right before the half with 14 seconds left. They gave it to, I believe, Ben Helms to score. Maybe it was Seth Stamps. Not exactly sure, but now we're set back to receive again. It's been a great half.
Have we had a passing touchdown yet, or has it been all rushing?
No, 2 pick sixes, and then the rest have been rushing.
Okay.
I mean, I guess you could call a pick six a passing touchdown. They passed it to us.
I mean, a perfect pass to us.
Yeah, it's been good. Number 9 set back to kick the ball, Robert Galvin. And if you haven't been watching the stream, the names we've been saying the most are Robert Galvin, Danny Adams, and I would say number 26, Montre White, and then number 12 on their team, who I mentioned earlier, Roy Aguila. So set back to receive the kickoff is Seth Stamps, number 8.
Here comes the kick. It's a squib kick right here. Uh-oh, Seth has a little bit of trouble with it. Joel Gertson picks it up, takes it for actually a big rush right there.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad of a gain.
Good.
Is that a flag on? It looks like there's a piece of something in the middle of the field. Oh, my bad. It's just the kicking tee. It looked like a flag to me.
Great starting fielding position for the Wolves right here.
It is 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line.
For Seth having a little bit of trouble right there, it's very nice to see the Wolves just recover from that and just get a big
Joel
gain.
Gertson was in a great spot to be able to back him up.
It's not Seth's fault, though. I mean, a squib is just unpredictable.
And like we said earlier in the game, a football's not really predictable to
pitch right here. A huge rush right here for Seth Stamps.
Great
Seth
block.
is on the outside. Seth is going. Oh, Seth gets thrown down
by number 34, Springfield Central Bulldog, Aris Criddle. Great stop by him because that was a breakout run.
Huge rush right there by Seth. Seth put on the jets, put on the afterburners. He just got going.
You could see the key block by Ransom. Ransom stood there, blocked the guy, and as soon as Seth came up behind him, blocked him, Seth got the great gain. You know, although the Seth was the one who ran the ball, there's so many other key components that the offense has to do.
Blocking is literally one of the most important things when it comes to running.
Austin Stallgard receiving the snap.
He hands it off to number 26 to Coulter Winton. Coulter Winton with a touchdown.
That puts the Reed Spring Wolves up 47-6. That's great. I mean, we had a minute and a half. We took a minute and a half to score. That's great for the Wolves. You know, that just shows Seth's run helped us so much, and then just a quick run by Coulter Winton, who we've said has been doing great. You know, he deserved that. He's been marching our team down the field in other drives.
Most definitely. Coulter Winton's just been a force. He showed it last half. We'll see if he can pick it back up. Hopefully he will be able to. Seth definitely looked like he can pick it back up from the first half. Joel Gertson ready to get the extra point right here. A terrible snap. Uh-oh.
It looks like we were going to run the ball anyway, a fake, which actually it looked like it worked pretty good, but you could definitely tell the offsides. Flag on the play, yeah. Definitely offsides. You know, you could hear some remarks from the defense about going offsides and realizing they had just messed the play up.
Maybe inappropriate comments, but yes, definitely comments about the situation.
So as we can see, we're just redoing the point after attempt. I suppose they're not going to fake it now because of...
Well, I think they faked it because of the snap.
Of the rush. Yeah.
The snap. Extra point is good right here. The Wolves are leading 48-6. Oh my, definitely great job right here by the
I
Wolves.
believe, like you said, when we realized we weren't going to be able to make the kick because of the offsides, Joel just took off running because his odds of scoring, at least some points were better.
I mean, that was probably
It was
great
good
awareness.
reflexes. Yeah.
Well, great awareness by Kelly Newton right there because he got it and he just flicks it right to him.
He knew what to do in that situation. And, that's one thing. Kelly knows the game of football really well.
Most definitely. I think our coaches know the game very well, and they can translate it to the
players and teach them. Yeah, exactly. And those instincts, those raw instincts like that, you don't really teach that. Like, you can tell them what to do, but a player who's really in tune to the game is going to be able to make those decisions. And that's what separates a good player from a great player.
You have the football IQ or you don't, and
yeah, exactly.
I'm going to say about 99% of the Wolves tonight have it.
Yeah, you have those games where you're on or off, or some of the teams on, but right now our team is on. Like we're all getting it.
They're definitely on fire right here.
Joel Gertson said.
No, that's Kava.
Oh, Kava is set to kick the ball off.
Kava for an exchange student from Brazil, actually. Number
With
26
a deep
has
kick.
trouble with it. He will pick it up and recover. He gets a big rush. He's still going. He's not been taken down yet.
It looked like Kava slowed him down, wrapped his arms around him. Not exactly sure who made the tackle. That just can't happen, especially because he had trouble receiving it.
I mean, that's happened both times that it's taken them a while to start to get going, the receiving team. They've found holes. They've developed holes, and the returners found them.
Do you think it has anything to do with Montre being able to be so quick that his blockers don't have time? So when he messes up, they almost have time to... I'm not saying that's it, but that could be a thing.
Or it could be that he's so fast, it's harder for him to find his slots, find where he should go.
So number 6,
Robert Galvin is the slot receiver right here. Seems to be a pass. Oh no, it's a run.
He fakes the pass though. It looked
Ball
like
play.
it really didn't. Maybe a yard gain. Nothing really.
Nothing
The
big
D
right
line was able to stop it pretty well. Your quarterback on the play, Danny Adams. He's been commanding the team pretty well. I'm just really concerned about.
I don't know. He's had so many miscommunications with his coach, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering, if maybe that is Danny, or maybe it's the coaches wanting an audible or something.
Yeah,
like that.
you never know. Oh, it happens once again.
They have 7 seconds on the clock, and it's like right as they're about to hike it, they change.
You got to let your quarterback handle the game. I mean, you can't just deal with everything yourself. Looks like to be a pass to number 5. The pass is incomplete. Fantastic coverage right there by the Wolves.
Double coverage again.
Double coverage once again.
It seems like most of his passes are into double, triple, quadruple coverage almost.
Kelly Newton's press coverage right there
is great.
Oh yeah.
It looked like Kyle Maudlin was also on the play.
Oh yeah. Just number 5, Charles Leonard, which we've seen him been passed to
once before, I believe, and we mentioned that, his height kind of has a disadvantage. To me, it seems like the quarterback almost has tunnel vision. He before the play, he's like, okay, number 5 is going to be open. Yeah. So then he doesn't look. And that's why he's forced to pass it into these coverages.
His main man, Robert Galvin, the slot
Terrible
receiver.
Snap.
Terrible snap. Yes, problems with it. Uh-oh.
Number 55, tackling him, that is Reed Spring, Jacob Rance. He got past the line on the bad snap. Their snapper is really having some problems. And I would say that, while their team may have not been doing the best, he's a huge reason for it.
Yeah,
that
and
puts them third
you
and
can't
11.
make the excuse that the ball's wet because the turf is now dry. And so the ball is not wet anymore, so there are no excuses. He's just being terrible at snapping. And I don't think Central's been trying to find a solution to it. It does seem...
It seems like they just deal with it.
Yeah.
And 4th and 25 here.
They're going to punt it, of course. A terrible snap once again, almost blocked by number 50 right there.
The punt was a little short of Kelly Newton, and you could see, the coaches yelled to Seth Stamps, number 8, and he got out of the way so that, if that ball touches him, that you can be in danger.
Yeah, just best just let the defense touch that, or the kicking
really was not the best punt. It seems like they don't necessarily have the strength kicking as we do.
Well, maybe they're trying to keep it away from our...
Kelly Newton, because he has had some good returns.
Well, I mean, our returners are just threats.
Yeah, huge threats at that.
Blake Gronvald is the quarterback once again. He will hand it off right here. Number 5, Cole Watson, another sophomore out here for Reed Spring, getting a good gain right there.
Decent gain. As you can see, you know, we're switching the players up to get them playing time. In-game reps, you know, you can practice as much as you want, but if it's not in-game, there's a difference. You know, anyone who's played a sport, you know, realizes that was a 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3 on the 46-yard line.
You have to deal with the kind of pressure because that's the only way you're going to get, like, practice can only get you so far.
Yeah, you need the in-game reps. You need the actual experience, which you talked about. Austin, new quarterback, he's figured it out with Blake. Yeah, another good rush by, was that Cole Watson? Who was that?
I was unable to see on the play. I believe it was just unable to tell.
But you know, you can tell the experience of our players. That's the way you're going to get better. And Blake has got so much experience this game. If Austin were to get hurt, I would be confident in sending Blake out there.
Most definitely. A flag is thrown on the play.
Looks like that was Kelly Newton in the backfield.
That was Cole Norton with the rush.
Cole Norton, number 10. Great rush by him. It seemed like a pretty good gain. Flag on the play. We're going to...
That is Cole Norton, correct? Yes, it is. It is number 10, Cole Norton.
We're going to see what the flag was about. It's been great for the Wolves, you know, marching down the field. The scoreboard is showing 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line.
Most definitely. So let's see how the Wolves are going to handle this 1st and 10 right here.
Waiting to see what the flag is. It looks like the referees still have not had their morning cup of coffee. So, as we can see, 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line.
Ooh, I think that is 1st and 15 actually, but...
Scoreboard is showing 1st and 10. I may be wrong. Don't exactly have the best...
It's 1st and 17 actually on the play, but a rush right here up the gut by number...
It looks to be number 27, Devin Hackathorn.
Devin Hackathorn. We've been running with several running backs. I mean, probably about 6 or 7 running backs.
Central can't defend either of them. None of them.
They're all showing their skills, their speed, their strength, their agility, everything. They're showing it. They're proving that they deserve to be the running back. I mean, if Reed Spring could have 7 running backs, and I mean, we would do it.
We've been doing great.
Blake Gronvold with a rush, finding a hole. He runs out to the outside. He's cutting in and out. Blake Gronvold with a huge rush right there for the 1st down.
It definitely didn't look like he was going to be able to get that yards, but, you know, he just proved just as much as anyone else on the team he's an athlete. Yeah, he ran to the outside, cut back in, great game.
Explosiveness right there, because whenever you cut, you just explode and just find that hole. Very good job by Blake Gronvold right there.
To me, it looked like that was one of our infamous pitch plays, you know. But he realized that taking the ball himself was the best
option play right there.
It looks like it's 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line.
Blake Gronvold handed off to Cole Norton once again,
who broke off a tackle and then tackled by 2 Bulldogs. That was a good game by him.
Most definitely, Cole Norton. He's showing off his skills as a running back.
You know, he's a smaller kid, just like Blake's pretty, you know, smaller in height than just size, but he showed that he can get it done. We have 2nd and 6 on the 25-yard line.
Well, the thing about being smaller as a halfback is it allows you to be more elusive, more agile, and allows you to cut in and out. Because if you're too tall, then it's harder to be agile.
Yeah, I agree. You know, the bulkier running backs are usually power backs, but we have some elusive running backs and power backs.
Uh-oh, looks like Blake slipped right there. Don't know what happened on the play.
You know, I think I saw that a few plays ago. We still executed the play, but it looked like he kind of scrambled.
Yeah.
On the play that he got the gain, it looked like he scrambled.
I would definitely agree with that. I mean, even when Reed Spring makes the mistake, they still recover from it.
That's a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be able to do that.
They don't just fall apart from under pressure. Blake Gronvold, ready to
Number 34, John Zachary in the wide receiver spot.
Handoff right here, a decent gain, probably about 3 yards. It will be 4th down, though, for the Wolves.
Handing off to number 27. Devin Hackathorn. You can see over here we have Joel Gertson warming up for the field goal.
Not the gain the Wolves were looking for, though, but, I mean, it's still fine because they do have the lead.
By a decent amount. It looks like we're going to go for it.
I mean, I don't blame them. I mean, what do you lose? Central does not get good starting fielding position on the play.
4th and 6.
Kyle Maudlin's lined up as wide receiver right here. Seems to be run. We will see if this will be a turnover.
I believe it is a turnover on downs. That's all right, though. Our defense has done just amazing at defending Central.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, once again, I mean, what are they on the 25-yard line? That's not amazing fielding, position.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, you know. And even if it were, I'm confident that the Wolves' defense can protect it.
It's not like this game's super close and that field goal is needed. The field goal is not needed. And, I mean, that's a very far kick for Joel, but I think he could definitely make that because he is American Sniper.
I agree. He would have been able to handle the kick.
Another bad snap right there. Number 26. Montre White.
You know, pretty much any time the ball is handed off, it's been to Montre White, and he hasn't done that bad. As long as his O-line gives him good blocks, he's able to get a good gain, you know. And in football, if you're averaging, 3 yards, you should be in decent shape.
Yeah, definitely. And what I kind of find to be, interesting is that they do a single back while Reed Spring has multiple backs, about 3.
They're calling it. They're saying it hit the ground first, but to me that looked like a catch.
I think it hit the ground. I think he trapped it on him. I don't think he got his hand under it.
It looked like, was that a hitch route that wanted to be ran by the receiver and he just threw it too early or too
It wasn't
low?
by the receiver. It was actually by the halfback in the backfield. But
I see. So the intended receiver was Montre White?
Yeah. It's 2nd and 10 right here. He's going to hand it off to Montre once again. Montre getting a pretty big pickup right here. Wolves, it's just a huge huddle right there.
Couldn't be brought down. You know, the referees in high school football stop it if there's no really yards being gained or anything.
Piles are very dangerous, especially in high school football.
But that was one of the few times we've seen Montre White go up the middle. Agreed?
Well, yeah, and maybe figured out what you needed to do. Maybe found out his mistakes during halftime. Oh, it seems the ball's loose. Reed Springs seems to recover the ball. There we go. Reed Spring. Looks like there's a miscommunication between the quarterback, Danny Adams, and the halfback, Montre White. I mean, a big miscommunication as the ball just slipped right out of Montre White's hands. I don't think he was expecting to get the handoff, and I think the quarterback was expecting him to take the handoff.
You know, those things, whether you're down by 3 or it's tied, or even if you're up, those things cannot happen.
Yeah, and this will be the end of the third quarter. Wolves up 48-6.
You know, the Wolves have played excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, they have. The defense has been, if we turn over the ball, whatever happens, the defense has been able to get the momentum going back, and that's just such a key component when you're playing football or any sport. Basketball turnover, you got to be able to come back from mistakes. So that's the end of the third quarter, like we said, and we're going to be coming to a commercial break pretty soon, so stay tuned.
Pop's Dairy Dell has been family owned and operated since 1958 in downtown Reed Spring. For over 50 years, Pop's has been serving locals and visitors classic diner food. Burgers, fries, and onion rings are all made fresh to order. Soft serve ice cream is on hand for your favorite sundae, or try a flavor burst cone with any combination of our 8 great flavors. If you like quality food made fresh to order, Pop's Dairy Dell is the perfect choice.
This live stream is being brought to you by Reed Spring High School's Advanced.
And we are back. The start of the fourth quarter, 12 minutes left in this ball game, and the Wolves have been doing great.
So the Wolves are on offense. We have Austin Stallgard back once again at quarterback. Uh-oh, there seems to be a drop ball. The defense recovers. Number 53 might return it. The fumble recovery for a touchdown.
We literally just said that about central that you cannot have those mistakes. And I said if you're up by a ton, if you're down by 3, it doesn't matter.
Tyrell Harvey,
Number 53 for the Bulldogs.
that was a fumble recovery right there, return for a touchdown. I mean, I don't know what happened there. Do you know what happened? I mean, it might have been
It just looked like a miscommunication or a slip of the snap, a slip of the ball.
Nobody's fault there. It's no damage done, but I mean, still don't want that to happen, but it's okay. The Wolves will definitely recover because they've shown that very well.
Going for 2, number 6, their quarterback that's been out there the whole game, Danny Adams.
They're going for it. It's a handoff to number 26, Montre gets just destroyed right there.
Stopped by Devin Hackathorn. Hit him hard before the line. That was a great hit by him. Great stop.
Yeah, because all Montre had to do was just get a couple more inches forward, but Devin Hackathorn just coming out in full force.
Great stopping power. That was a great play by him. That was great. Even though we're up by a ton, you always got to be achieving that perfect. You got to try to play perfect. With the fumble, we're up, but you got to be perfect.
He showed 100 out of 100 hit power right there.
Yeah, that was a great hit by him. Really, really glad that he was able to do that. Yeah, it's only 2 points, but it shows that he can do that. He's really close to that starting role. I've talked to him. I'm friends with him. He's told me that he was, a big key in the summer. Looking good, but he went on vacation. We have a lot of guys who could all start, but we just have, we have a lot of big bodies on our team.
Most definitely. I mean, he definitely did a little Madden hit stick right there. Just dominated the runner.
Again, we have, looks like the coach is throwing the kicking tee onto the field. But we have Joel Gertson, Seth Stamps, and Blake Gromvold set to return the kick with number 9. Robert Galvin set to kick it off. Here's the kickoff to the Wolves.
It is a regular kick. They've mostly been squibbing it. Right here, Joel's got it. Let's see what Joel can do. Joel cuts to the outside. Joel, great field position right here for the Wolves. I would say, what would you say, 50-yard line? 50, 40?
Yes, roughly anywhere from the 40 to 50-yard line. That was a great gain. If he would have got back past that one defender, that could have been a touchdown.
Yeah, and I mean, if that was one of your maybe faster kind of.
Yeah, maybe Seth or, Corey, any of our faster players, it might have been different. But Joel's not, he doesn't carry the ball much, but he's still a great player.
Most definitely. I mean, as you saw, he wasn't afraid to get hit right there, and it seems that the ball was taken to the 40-yard line, which is great field position for the Wolves.
1st and 10, 11 minutes left in the game, and it looks like we have Austin Stoggard set to receive the snap.
Cole Watson in the backfield. Handoff to Cole Watson. Cole Watson gets to the outside. Oh, Cole gets brought down, though, right there by, seems to be number 44, Deshaun Smiles.
It looked like he almost, that's a 6-yard gain. It's a good play, 2nd and 4, 46-yard line. That was good. And, like we've mentioned numerous times, 3 yards a gain or a play, you're good. If you can average that, you're good. And he did a great job there. It almost looked like he might have cut, he could have cut upfield for a few more yards, but it doesn't matter. Oh, it looks like it's actually 2nd and 3, my bad.
It seems to be another run right here. Not a big gain. It was Austin Stoggard to run it right there. I don't think he actually gained anything on that run, did he?
It doesn't seem to be that way. Scoreboard showing 3rd and 3 on the 47-yard line.
I'm going to guess a run right here by the Wolves. Probably going to be hard up the middle, but you never know. There's only one wide receiver set. Uh-oh, another miscommunication right there. Oh, Cole Norton showing off the speed, cutting out to the outside.
I believe the play was an option play, but that was a good way to recover. We've mentioned that numerous times too. When you make a mistake, you got to cover. Austin picked the ball up, ran. As soon as he got pressure, Cole's right there. Instead of Cole freaking out and doing something else, he was there to receive.
And I think that was Austin Stoggard's experience, quarterback skills.
As he got comfortable, throughout the season, he's been able to do that.
Now, it is unfortunately 4th and 2, though.
Could be a lot worse.
Yeah, we are actually going to punt it this time, though. Uh-oh. Okay, it is a punt right here. That was a fantastic punt right there.
It looks like the Wolves tried to touch the ball before it got into the end zone. That was a great punt. They got out of the way. They didn't really want to return that.
There is a flag on the play, though.
It's back near where Joel Gertzen, number 1, the punter, was. We're going to see what the refs have to say about this and what field position they have. It looks like they're pretty deep. We might have actually got them on, the less than 5-yard line. That's great. That's the punt you want. Either that or for it to go out of bounds right there.
Now the question is what is the penalty on the play?
Even if it's on the Reed Spring Wolves, it's still not that bad. Because
Yeah,
the field
sure.
position, the way that punt turned out
It looks like the referee and the coach are kind of getting into a little something right here.
Maybe just discussing, but it looks like the penalty was on the Wolves. You see the teams going to the sidelines.
No, I think it was on the I believe it was on the receiving team, so now the Wolves will get the first down.
Maybe roughing the kicker or something. I didn't necessarily see it, but we did see Joel. Or they're repunting it. Maybe there were 2 penalties and we're just replaying the downs. It looks like it was holding. So it seems that now Joel will be farther back to punt the ball, but he's showed that he has the leg power to do it.
Most definitely. Hopefully he can trick up the returner, Montre White. Montre White seems to be a returner for basically everything out here. The punt, a beautiful punt right there. Tricks up Montre a little bit. Montre will get it, though.
Looks like Ben Helms got the first hands on him and then brought down by number 3, J.P. Gardner, and another Wolf that I couldn't exactly see.
The Wolves were all over him.
Great punt. As soon as the ball hit the ground, started kicking and rolling, and it bought us more time to get down there, and it made it harder for him to receive it.
Rumbling and stumbling was that ball.
There you go. Joel Gertzen, lots of people don't, they only care about the quarterbacks or the running backs, but Joel, or the wide receivers, but Joel, even though he doesn't get the ball, he does an amazing job.
Most definitely. His kicking skills are very impressive. Seems to be a run on the outside of Montre White once again.
Tackled.
Huge gain.
But stopped and tackled by number 2, Blake Grombold. Great tackle by him, It shows Montre White, if he gets the hole, he can break free. Although Central hasn't been doing the best, I think when he can get open, he's a threat.
Most definitely. Blake took a fantastic route to Montre to stop him. But drop back, it's a pass to number 13 just goes right through.
Have not seen the ball pass to him. That looks like Jalen Lewis. Yeah, I don't believe he's touched the ball. I think he's been out there, just haven't seen a pass to him.
That was a terrible mistake right there by the Wolves and by the Bulldogs. The Wolves had no coverage on him whatsoever, but the quarterback unable to execute the pass correctly.
Great defense by the Wolves.
It's a handoff once again to Montre White. Montre White finding his hold. He's rumbling and stumbling through the Wolves, but the Wolves will finally take him down.
Shakes off the tackle by number 27, Devin Hackathorn. I thought he connected good, but it just seemed like he was able to run right through that. And he did good, but he was tackled by a pack of Wolves, so that's great for him. I'm really glad that he was able to be stopped. He broke into the open again, but the Wolves did good at stopping him.
Montre White has found his groove. And I think the line has too, but Montre White's definitely finding his groove from halftime. Must have rethought things, figure out the problem. He's going to run it again, finding his hole. He's cutting.
He can break tackles. You see Devin the last play, and then another Wolf wrapped up, and he was able to break the tackle. That's something you need from a running back.
He's definitely elusive and agile and explosive, and that's what you need out of a halfback. And he's kind of tearing up the Wolves' defense.
He is marching them down, and he's been doing good, and I'm not sure if that's because of, the mix-up that we have new players in on defense, but he's still doing good.
But the pass right here to number 12, Roy Aguela, who's been a previous target for the quarterback.
Excuse him, that was number 18, actually. Number 18, Jimmy Walker, it looks like. It looks like Jimmy Walker received that one. You see a lot of screen passes with number 12, and he's been doing pretty good.
The quarterback will run off with the ball. A decent pickup right there. But
might be good enough for a first down.
Maybe, but the Wolves, what they are doing is they're succeeding at their goal. They're stopping the big rush from happening because the clock is running down from the other team running the ball. Very surprising to me that
they're running, but that's what's working for them. They're just trying to score.
Different halfback in the backfield. It looks to be number 34, Arius Criddle. Seems to be a junior. Criddle with the ball. Criddle getting a big rush right there.
Great rush, brought down to what seems to be around the 25-ish yard line, the 30-ish yard line. That was a good rush, good enough for a Bulldogs first down.
Like I previously said, the Wolves are succeeding at their goal of stopping the big play from happening. That's all they need to do right here. The small runs are not hurting them that bad. Scrambles out of the pocket. The throw to number 9. Robert Galvin has been a notorious receiver for the Bulldogs today.
They connected great on that. And as we've discussed before, when there was a play action, then he rolled out to his left. When you're a quarterback that's right-handed and on the run to the left, and you throw that ball, that's a hard play. Your body is just you're moving in weird ways. That was a great play by them. Good enough, or not quite good enough for a first down, but...
Handoff to Montre White. Once again, Montre juking a little bit, but he's brought down by number 2, Blake Gromvold.
Jukes right into Blake Gromvold. That is going to be good enough to move the chains for a Bulldogs first down. They're really marching on the field. Our Wolves are going to have to stop them.
Blake Gromvold's having a great game, though, at quarterback and at safety today. Seems to be another pass. Oh, no. He's going to scramble out of the pocket. That's number 6, Danny Adams. He's been notorious for his scrambling today.
I've been waiting for him to really, scramble and get a good rush. Because, yeah, he's been running out of the pocket and making passes, but we haven't really seen him do anything like that, and I've been waiting for that.
I definitely agree. So it will be first and goal right here. The ball on the 5-yard line right here. Will the Wolves be able to stop the Bulldogs? It's a pitch right here to Danny White. Montre White.
Good enough for the Bulldogs first down. That was a good run by him. The Wolves got some hands on him. Oh, excuse me. Good enough for the touchdown. That was a good run. The Wolves got some hands on him, but he's pretty elusive, and he did good. Again, they're going to go for 2 with their infamous quarterback, number 6, Danny Adams.
A pass right here is incomplete.
Intended for number 9, Robert Galvin. They looked like he just tried to pass over the defenders to Galvin since he's so tall, but just overshot it.
And so the score is 18-48. But excuse me if I'm wrong, but I'm 99% sure that all of the touchdowns have been by number 26, Montre White.
Yeah, no, excuse you, because there was the fumble. The fumble was by one of the O-linemen, I believe number 53, but Montre White scored there, and then he also broke away on the kickoff. To me, he seems like him, Danny Adams, Montre White, and Robert Galvin are their key players on offense. They're the guys who can do it. Although Robert Galvin hasn't scored a touchdown, he got that big gain for them with the pass.
I would definitely agree with that. And now what I think, though, is that Montre White, for being a freshman, is definitely showing off his skills, and he's definitely going to improve. But let's see what the Wolves can do. They'll probably just sit there and run down the clock. A lot of rushes are probably going to happen by the Wolves. You have the regular 3 back to receive the kick. Joel Gertzen, Seth Stamps, and Blake Gromvold. The kick is up. Seth Stamps seems to return it. He gets a return. Seth breaking in and out, rushing up the field for looks to be about on the 40-yard line right there. Great fielding position right there by Seth.
You can see his agility. As we saw in one of his bigger runs, he just cut back and forth, and he showed it right there. That's one really good thing about Seth. He's fast, but he may not be the fastest, but he's able to get in and out really quick, that power.
Pure athleticism right there by Seth. So Blake Gromvold, the quarterback right here. Let's see what the Wolves can do. They're probably just going to hand it off up the middle. Blake Gromvold has it. Blake Gromvold, though, is tackled for a loss. I think he was looking to find his man for the pitch, but just the defense was all over Cole Norton, who was going to be his man for the pitch, and they're all over Blake.
You know, and I saw Cole Norton get hit after the play was down, so kind of surprised the refs may not have caught that. But you know,
that's fine. There was no penalty on the play.
You can tell that was good decision by Blake though, because a pitch would have lost them more yards or even possibly a turnover.
Well, what Blake could have done is just thrown the ball away, but.
Yeah, I see what you mean. He left the pocket, he could have thrown it.
Handoff right up the middle right there. Cole Watson, he hasn't been getting any big rushes, but he's consistently getting those 5, 6, 4-yard rushes up the middle, up the gut.
So that was 2nd and 18, probably going to be 3rd and long now. So the Wolves are 3rd and 14 on the 36. The Wolves are going to have to do something here.
The Wolves kind of seem like they're in biology class because they are just dissecting the Bulldogs defense, just running it constantly up the middle, just dominating. Another run up the middle actually stopped. That's very rare right here, is to see the defense stop them. And that is going to be a 3 and out though for the Wolves, which is something that you definitely don't want on offense. Luckily though, the Wolves are up by 30, so they have nothing to worry about right here. With only 1 minute and 45 seconds. Joel Gertzen will be the punter right here. Snap to Joel. Joel's going to take off. He punts it. And it will go out of bounds. What seems to be like the 20-yard line right there for Joel Gertzen is a very solid punt right there for Joel.
So, looks like we have 1 minute and 33 seconds left in the game, you know, coming down to an end. 1st and 10 on the 33-yard line. Seems to be going pretty well for the Wolves. Was there a flag on the play?
There's no flag on the play.
I just saw the Wolves coming back, but seems to be going pretty well. Poor field position for the Bulldogs. Bad snap.
Now, what the Bulldogs are probably going to have to go for is some huge gains right here. I think the win is kind of, I don't think it's like they're able to do it, because being down by 30, that is
with a minute left, it's game
4
over.
touchdowns. That's just like godlike basically out here if they do that. But drops back for the pass, looking for his man deep, thrown up to Galvin.
Robert Galvin, the intended receiver, but you can see he's much bigger than Blake Grumble, but Blake Grumble able to put the great pass coverage on him, jump up, and deflect the pass.
As I said, for this being one of Blake's first games, he's been unstoppable. He's been a dominant force on both offense and defense. I mean, he's definitely proving that he deserves to be out there. And so I wonder if this will maybe change the coach's decision in the starting roster for next game.
You know, definitely, as we've seen many other players that usually don't play as much play this game, you're seeing what they're capable of, and you're seeing, like, it is making it tougher it's making it a lot tougher for the coaches. 35 seconds left in the game, and the scoreboard showing 4th and 16. Obviously, it looks like they're going for it here. Many receivers out, set for the snap.
The thing that amazes me is that these guys are looking like they're regular starters. Definitely handling themselves in pressure. The pass to Robert Galvin, number 9, been the notorious receiver for this game. Him and number 12, Roy Aguila.
Yeah, Roy Aguila, you've seen pretty much all of the screen passes. He's been the guy, and you know, Galvin's been doing good. It just seems like what Central struggled with is being able to mix it all up.
True, and Galvin's more of your deep threat kind of receiver.
Because he's taller and able to get to the ball better.
Yes, while Aguila is more of your just kind of short kind of guy, and then the rack kind of guy, run after catch kind of guy.
And you don't exactly expect Robert Galvin to, like, you know, to get it and then just break away because how big he is.
Yeah.
But with the elusive number 12, Aguila. You're right, he's able to get through, you know.
But still, those offensive players come nothing close to how Reed Spring's been doing, though. And Reed Spring will just need the ball right here. Seems to be number 11 who need it.
That will be the ball game. Reed Spring Wolves winning their 3rd game in a row, the 5th game of the season, and the final score 48-18.
We are now 4-1, correct?
Yes, I believe so. With an upset of Bolivar, a great win for us. You know, Connor Seckler, a notorious quarterback around the area, but we were able to stop him and hold him down. And, you know, Logan Rogersville with the delay, and there was some, we had some players suspended. We did good. And I just think that, you know, overall, the Wolves have been doing good. We have a lot of momentum going.
As I said, those unregular starters made it look like they are definitely regular starters and that they deserve to be on the field every game.
It was great to see the Wolves compete like that and then for them to play in the way they did. You know, 4-1, the start of our season was definitely the hardest. With all this momentum, that's good. That, you know, when districts comes around, having momentum is really important. And yeah,
and getting these big wins right here improves confidence for the team. Now Reed Spring will be going in with a ton of confidence into next game. Who are they playing next game?
Hollister, which will be Reed Spring's homecoming at Carl Langley, home of the Wolves. Just got word that we're going to try to get Blake Gromvold, who we've talked a lot about. You know, he's been one of our most talked about players. He's going to, hopefully, if we can get him, come interview. You know, that'd be great for him. That'd be great for us.
He might not be a big man, but he definitely played as the big man on campus.
He did great. He had a great game. He was able to compete well. And, you know, he definitely showed that he's not someone you should just overlook. You know, he can be a threat. So, like I said earlier, if Austin were to get hurt, suspended, anything like that, I have 100% confidence that Blake could come out and do it.
I mean, most definitely. I mean, at the start he had trouble with a couple of snaps, but, I mean, he kept his cool and he just went out there and just dominated. I mean, just great job by the Wolves overall. Everything was working, offense, defense, and that's what you need, and that's what you want.
There were a few slip-ups, such as the fumble, the kick return, but overall, the Wolves did what they needed to do. And there were players that came into the game, you know, that hadn't played like Blake. You know, he needed the confidence. He may have struggled a little bit at the beginning, but he got it down. You know, he was golden.
And at the start of the season, the Wolves had problems with stopping the pass, and it seems today that they just dominated the pass. The passes were just unable to be completed.
So, as it's all winding down, hopefully we can get Blake Gromvold over here to interview. You know, we have a lot of questions to ask him, a lot of things we've brought up with you guys. We want to see what him as a player has to say. And hopefully he comes over here, you know, Wolves walking off the field. Again, the final score was 48-18. The Wolves may have had a few slip-ups, the fumble, the return, but, you know, we did good, and we could see that Montre White was definitely a huge threat.
Here comes the man, the myth, the legend, Blake Gromvold over here. He dominated today's game. Here he comes. He's walking with his swagger today.
So here we have Blake Gromvold and Asa Baker. Asa, an offensive and defensive lineman, and Blake came in switching with Austin each drive on quarterback. So we talked about you. Maybe you were a little uncomfortable at the beginning of the game, but then you figured it out, and we thought, like, what are your thoughts on that? How did you progress through the game?
I thought that our offensive line played well. I thought that we all played well. I thought we worked as a team. And I thought I came in a little nervous, but then as I started getting into it, I got a little bit more comfortable with the team, and I thought that we played a great game.
We saw you had good, you know, football IQ, quarterback IQ. Like, there was a rush up here around, like, the 30-yard line where you chose not to pitch it and run it, and, you know, that just shows good, you know, ball play. And then there was that most recent play with you and Cole where you were sacked, and you chose not to pitch it because that might not have been the best idea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you're playing quarterback with this offense, you just got to think smart. You just got to, you know, play the game, read the defense. You know, they teach us that in practice every practice. So, I mean, you just got to keep playing and keep playing hard.
QB1, legit.
And here we have Asa Baker. And Asa, me and Colin talked about you being a great pass rusher and just even being able to stop the run on defense. You know, what were your thoughts, you know, watching film and stuff? What were your thoughts coming into the game? Like, what was their biggest threat?
Well, I thought their biggest threat was their halfback or fullback. He was a really fast, little shifty kid. I mean, their O-line's pretty good. They don't really get good movement. They're just there, but they were pretty good.
It seemed like, at the beginning of the game, tried to pass a lot, and you guys shut that down, were able to put pressure. And number 9, their mostly intended receiver, you guys were able to stop. So when you're ready to, the ball's about to be hiked, and you don't know if it's going to be a pass or run play. What were you expecting? Like at the beginning of the game, mostly passes, and then they started to switch it up. Did that have any effect on you?
No, not really, because I'm not real fast, so I can't really put a rush on the quarterback, so I'm more of a run stop. But whenever they started to run the ball more, that was better because our defense, I feel like, is a more run-stop defense because our secondary is pretty strong, but we still got a little bit of work to do.
Yeah, and you could see, sometimes they might get a hole, and Montre White, the running back, number 26, was able to, break some tackles, but for the most part, you guys didn't let him open up the holes.
Yeah, he didn't really get any big runs except from that about one minute in the game. Yeah, a few in the game, but, really, besides that, our defense played really good, had a little bit of lockdown D, but we played really good against the run.
So overall, were you nervous coming into the game or anything, or were you pretty confident that it was going to end like it did?
I was pretty confident in the game because I got a lot of trust in my team. I feel like we're doing really good as a team. We're moving forward really good. We had a big win against Bolivar, so I had a lot of trust in the team that we were going to do our job.
A lot of momentum going through.
Yep.
Thank you for talking with us today, Asa. I really appreciate that.
Yep, no problem.
You had a good game.
Thank you.
Fantastic job. So again, final score 48-18, and that was the Wolves' fourth win, 4-1, getting a lot of momentum going into the season. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it.